Yeah.
So go ahead. How about it?
Yes, I want to thank you guys for both coming on to chat.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love to talk about, you know, your Icon Skateboard, how you guys started, but most importantly, I guess I could go back and just to get to know you guys more. Like, so I know like skateboarding, obviously, maybe you skateboarded back and when you started when you're younger. So what came first? Was it the music or the skateboarding?
It was probably the skateboarding that got me into the music because I was young when I started skateboarding. So I wasn't really listening to music on my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honestly, the first tape I bought was Def Leppard, Pyromania.
Oh, perfect.
That was the first tape I ever bought on my own. So, you know, I was skateboarding before I ever really got into music, and the skateboarding led me to music. You know what I mean? So,
totally.
Not so sure. What is it?
And then ever since, that's just been what I do, man. After school, every day skateboard, weekend skateboard, summer skateboard, you know. And it was just, I'd go through spells just like everybody else, you know. Like, you know, 16, you get a car and start driving around with your friends. You stop skateboarding for a little bit and then get back into it. And then turn 21, start drinking, you know, you stop skateboarding for a little bit, you know, and then get back into it. But I had to quit skateboarding, you know, because I'm getting older, a lot older, and when you fall, it's harder to get up, right. You know, and I got a full-time job that I have to do, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's always been something that I can't get out of my blood, you know what I mean? Skateboarding and the music. So it's just always been hand in hand, you know. Most bands I listen to that are involved in skateboarding one way or another, somebody's skateboarded, somebody still skateboards. Like we just went and saw the Chats the other night. The drummer, I didn't know if you knew that the drummer is a professional skateboarder.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, he is a pro. Like he rides down Australia,
he's got
pro and everything.
Shit, yeah.
So
yeah, I only
pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's wow. I had to look into that. Watch some of his videos. I'm sure he's got some out there, like skate videos. I just like recently got into them. Like I didn't even know they were like a thing really till like beginning of the year or so.
Well, there's crossover.
Honestly, when I heard about him about a year ago, and a couple people that you know I follow on Instagram and everything started posting stuff about him. And anytime somebody I follow or they follow me post something, I'd probably try and go check it out. You know, listen to it. And I heard it, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool," you know. So I've been following them for about a year, but when they decided they were coming to the U.S., I was like, "Oh, we can't miss that chance." So we went.
And then,
well, they're also from a part of Queensland that's the northern part. They're heavy into surf culture and beach stuff. So, of course, skateboarding goes with that, just like in in southern California. So they're very much like that kind of vibe from them as well. It's like the surf and skate seem to go along, and they're they clearly like to drink.
Yeah,
we're drinkers.
Yeah, yeah. And you said you gave him you made a board for him, right?
And it was, we wanted to, I wouldn't say we wanted to we wanted to make something for him. I wanted them to have a Chats board sign. Mm-hmm. And that's actually how we started screen printing is before, I had a board from 2002 that I had signed from H2O, and I had it on my wall for the longest time. And then we went to a Bouncy Soul show when I first met Amy.
Yeah, we had a board. We bought a board, and we got him to sign it.
And she talked to the T-shirt guy. I didn't even know, and she went and got it signed for me.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, so I was.
This was in Philly. I think it was.
So I had those two boards on my wall for the longest time, you know. And then we went to see Teenage Bottle Rocket right here in Richmond, like 30 minutes away from where we live. And I took an old Caballero repress that I had. Well, repressed, so not a record. It's they remade a Caballero deck, and I bought it at a yard sale. So, and they were big skaters back in the day, you know, Teenage Bottle Rocket.
Yeah.
So when we see that we didn't know that, did you? When we went to the show?
I did.
Oh, you hear it? Okay,
I took that board, and they were really stoked about that.
Skateboard.
And that was actually before Brandon died, so I have Brandon's autograph on that, which is pretty cool.
That's
So, and then the funny thing is we went 3 weeks later to see Mass Intruder at the same club.
And he said, I'll make a board.
And I was looking at all my boards on the wall, and I was like, well, shit, I wish I had a Mass Intruder board. So I just made one.
Out of cardboard,
stencils.
He did stormtrooper heads, But if you know Masked Intruder, they have different colors, right? So there's blue intruder. So he did all the different colors, and then they signed them in the color Sharpies.
Yeah.
And the varnish we're using on it's yellowing, and the yellow's kind of faded. And I guess yellow is in jail.
Okay. Yeah.
Jail.
I was gonna ask.
Nobody knows why.
Yeah. I was gonna ask if that was
But we met them.
That was pre-jail.
Okay.
Yeah, pre-jail, and it was pre-prison. But we saw them at Wonderland, which is such a great venue. I mean, honestly, your room is bigger than the room that they have the stage and people crowded into a Wonderland.
Yeah, that was.
And they
cool.
actually, honestly, sell food. I don't know how. It really is like the really crammed in and something that if you see a lot of day, it's like a lot of crust. But it is wonderful because you are right. Like they could Teenage Bottle Rockets. He gets a microphone. He has a microphone in his mouth a lot, and so like you get sprayed on. Like you're right there,
yeah,
right?
Cool.
So it's wonderful because they engage with the crowd in a whole, intimate way. I like that.
I know.
Yeah, no, it's true. And then so when we saw Masked Intruder, we were able to see them without their masks on and hung out, and we're like, oh, those are the guys in the band.
Yeah, that was.
And then we started playing, and then plus we love their music. Jamie gets really inspired by their music, and then he starts playing it, and then he pretty much brainwashes me into knowing all of the lyrics.
Like,
and then
forced attrition.
Pretty much. And,
like my kids know Jason's songs, and they know songs.
Absolutely. They come out singing them. It's so great.
So from there, I wanted to step up my game, and I started making hand-cut stencil boards. Like single one-offs, that if I was going to a show, I'd make a one-off.
Like old-fashioned Frisket, he cut it out on the light table. Well, we started on the storm windows, and then I got lucky to get a light table because I'm working in a newspaper, and then the old equipment they never used anymore, and they were getting ready to close down, and my editor said, hey, come get it. So we have this massive light table, the old-fashioned. So then we would make the art, or he'd get the art on the computer, and then he'd use it to cut. We'd design what we wanted, or he'd design what he liked to do, and then put that on the light table and cut it out, and then put that on the skateboard and spray paint and do this most complicated cutting. Like most of the boards he'd done were
so they were pretty cool, but they were only one-offs.
One-offs, you can't do. You have to keep cutting each time once you tear it off.
Over the pandemic, Amy's been screen printing her whole life. She's screen shirts. Back in the day.
No, back in my 20s, I used to. I'll tell them all about that. Oh, there's some good history there.
I just wanted to. I was like, well, hey, let's screen print boards. And she's like, there's nothing stopping us. So from there, it was like 100% guerrilla DIY, like in our shed. We print all the photocopies.
Doing research online. Computer. Yeah, we found this printer because of some guy's video he posted. And he's like, because I was looking at image setters, because back when I was doing screen printing, we would go to Kinko's. So we'd make our artwork and have them photocopy it onto photopops and scotch tape that shit together to burn onto the screens. And then I had a table where I'd mount a halogen light. I bought it at Lowe's, and then I'd hook it up and then put a timer, and hope for the best. And so now we've come a lot further. Now we can print photopops all fucking day long.
Custom screens to fit the board.
And he built them. Yeah, we've got a pattern, and we put it up, and then we've modified it. And then we were standing there stretching this shit by hand. It's it's annoying. Yeah. They do not sell custom
do it all in our
screens for skateboards. There is no such thing. You cannot buy them. And then I saw a video of these Santa Cruz dudes and how they were doing it back in the day. And it's like, so they've, progressed onto the overlays that most, of course, all the commercial boards, what they do is they screen print onto plastic. And then they go in order. So they go the top coat, and then they take it and transfer it onto the board. So technically, it is still screen printing, and they get great stuff. So no down on that.
They can get
because the shit's hard.
Crazy colors.
It's a pain in the ass to do direct on the board.
Printing directly on it.
It's mad pain in the ass. So we've learned, we just changed our jig.
Yeah, we've learned a lot of lessons along the way. We feel like
found something from the trash I used as a board.
It gets better, and it looks.
Yeah, every time.
We're pretty impressed by the turnout.
And then we got some friends that we watch online that we're like, oh man, that dude's something. Another thing I wanted to add about Jamie's skateboard history. When I met him, he was still skating, and Zach was 5, and he'd take Zach out, and Zach was pretty good. But they would go down all toward
I'd go through phases,
Philly. There's a skate.
I just couldn't get it out of my blood, man.
Not Quakertown. It's outside of Philly. What's that skate place we used to go to all the time with the indoor?
FDR.
No. Yeah, he went to FDR, but the indoor one that we take the kids where the kids eat pizza and shit. It was like on 322.
I'm not sure.
Down toward Lancaster, we had to go through there. Not Doylestown.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was skating so much, and then he Yeah, he was good.
Like
Dangerous.
I said, the older I got, the shit was breaking, and it would take longer to heal, miss work, and I was like, well, at some point I got.
He had to go to work in his 30s, going,
So,
yeah, I fell on my skateboard.
Everyone's like, what? Probably.
Right, and so,
Yeah.
but you didn't have to. Nobody was like, hey, don't. Like, I don't care. Like, I just, as long as you can, you should.
Right.
So we changed that song with QQQ. There's mid-20 skateboarders, like mid-40 skateboard. He still gets out and kicks around on the longboard.
Yeah, I mean, I like to push around,
shit. Why not?
but I'm not going to go do no crazy rails or nothing
Right.
like that.
Well, look at Tony Hawk. He got pretty busted, and then like now he's starting to slowly get back, got back on the board again.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Doesn't he work up in PA or some shit? Tony Hawk is some like training ground.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, probably. I think so. They want that program thing he has where he wants to build, skate parks everywhere.
Yeah, all the places.
Yeah. So, Icon Skateboard. That's you guys then. That's just you two.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
That's
us.
awesome.
We don't really technically a business yet, I don't think, but maybe we should look into that.
Well, we're going to have to, because I tell you, as soon as they, somehow whatever computer's connected to our local whatever, the local district commissioner. So I'm sure we'll be licensing soon, because we downloaded stuff years before to do different stuff, because I run a half-assed graphic design business, and so we plus we also get we might branch out into posters and T-shirts. So I just got the materials to make a press for the posters.
Yeah,
because I want to do ours on paper.
Amy designs she does all her stuff on the computers, like if
and hand though.
Like she designed that chats thing that she did. That she designed that herself. That was
Oh, that's awesome.
We take art that they send us and we refine it to do what we need.
Yeah, most of the boards is like what they wanted on it.
So
we haven't had to really design.
We haven't really had to design anything, but Amy actually designed something for the new Black Russians album that's coming out soon.
Oh, cool!
Yeah. And then she designed the Atomic Jellyfish album cover. She did that entire.
Oh, you haven't seen? Have you seen the Atomic Jellyfish one?
I don't think so.
Check it out on Instagram.
Okay.
Atomic Jellyfish.
Yeah. That was a whole CD sleeve, and then they wanted an illustration for the cover, which is challenging because, it's like with anything else with illustration, you need reference. And so they were like, "Hey, we want to do the." What was it? What's the name of the stairs? The Culver City Stairs.
Some landmarks out in
California. Yeah.
And
Sunken City. Sunken City is an old Spanish part of LA. So that part was in it. And so I had to get reference.
That's where they're from. I guess
it's very challenging, but it's wonderful.
Go to LA. You have to, check them out.
Oh, shit. Yeah, they're fun. Yeah, they're real good.
She did the whole CD layout for that. So she handles the entire computer end because she's a graphic designer.
It's a perfect team.
But it's more of a collaboration.
Yeah.
He's right here, and it's one of those things that...
So it's just us, that's totally just us.
Made our little logo, made some stickers.
That's awesome.
And started building shit out in the shed, and there's, along the way, we discovered things like, I was used to printing on T-shirts, so we flood the screen. So then that's why we get a bunch of squeeze out on our first one. So we did the Thorazines we did for them. It was right away, we went right into 2-color. I'm like, oh, we got to go 2-color. And that was a pain in the ass. And then we figured out how to manipulate. And Jamie, of course, had built a bench and all this great stuff out in the shed, kind of in preparation. One weekend, he just banged it out. And then we had, it seems like everything keeps coming together for us. We had a table and it was like, oh, it's real short. It's for Sunday school. And it's actually the perfect height to hold the press, so you can be over top of it. And
so we
and
just
anyway,
made a little table to put our press on.
And all the resources on, between Amazon, we can get, things have changed since I was, fucking around with it, honestly. And so, we can get, tabloid size coated sheets to do our photo positives on. So that right there is a huge break, because normally if you didn't have that material, and that printer before COVID was on mad sale, $200 for a laser jet,
Oh, wow.
Nothing. And the image setters that I was looking at, we're talking in the thousands of dollars just to make film. And you're like, I don't need all that, do I? And so, every little aspect of it seemed to pull together, because I think Jamie's got some real kismet going on. You know what I mean? He had,
all that.
No, I'm serious. I feel like because of his love, because he's the one that falls in love with the music. I'm not the one finding it. He is always exploring and checking it out, and he's always the one, and he becomes very much he immerses himself in it. So his passion for it is what makes him want to do boards for people, and he picks groups that, you know, like the proton packs and
they reached out
excellent.
to me. Some people reached out to me. A lot of bands, most of them have reached out to me.
Yeah, exactly. You know? But because you know, it's like he gravitates towards some really good stuff, you know, which is, I would not have been exposed to that. I'd still be stuck on some other dumb shit. Like, oh man, Master Jack's all right. You know?
Every time we put a board out,
it's him. He's
I usually have somebody that contacts us through messages and asks questions about it. Sometimes it's hit or miss, and they don't really get back to me. Like a couple people haven't gotten back to me, but that's cool. I mean, we have 4 bands lined up coming out, so.
And we're not on Facebook too. That's another thing to
we don't really do Facebook.
I don't either. Yeah.
We just do Instagram. Yep. That's the only thing we promote through. So.
Yeah, it's like this. Yeah.
Funny story. My last name is fake. My married is Golumbusky, but it's a fake. And when I tried several times to get on Facebook, and they will not, any incarnation of the word fake in your name, you're not a real person, because they're demographic mining. So we discovered a long time ago, and you know, I'm hip on all that because I worked in advertising, and it was like, man, let's just leave that alone. And I feel it's really saved us because our family, you know how families are, and politics.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
But I'm thankful. Thank you, because I think life would not be as good had we ever been on Facebook. Honestly, I truly believe that.
I agree.
So it's just through Instagram, really, is all the contacts that we made and stuff like that.
Right.
So
much better stream of people. I mean, I'm sorry, much more direct way, I think, to avoid a lot of.
For sure, absolutely. That's great. That's awesome. It's really incredible to see you guys like the perfect team together for this. It's awesome.
Yeah, we've been together for 17 years, and so it was kind of like, well, yeah, we work well together, I guess. So.
Well, yeah, and plus we've always, as an artist, part of it is having the space to do stuff. So we're always trying to eke out ways, you know, because we're a family and we're kind of, you know, we're working class, you know, and so, you know, we got kids and stuff, and so how to keep always, and I think our kids benefit from it. I always like the idea that our home is a workshop. So there's always ways for kids to create stuff. There's always markers, crayons, pencils, paint. And so Jamie's that all the time. Yeah, and we'd actually both gone to the same art school in the same town, but years apart.
Wow.
So we have a weird history. Like, I was born in Virginia and raised in Pennsylvania, and Jamie was born in Pennsylvania and raised in Virginia. And it is truly like because he's actually, you know, I don't know, you like to pretend like you're antisocial, but he's the social one as far as reaching out and having the relationships.
Just talking about everything from,
because I'm the blabbermouth. And voicey work, and I'm like, you know, right?
You're excited. You're proud of what, you know, I can tell you both are proud of what you're doing, and it shows. I mean, the boards look great from the pictures I've seen and everything, and they're different.
It's not work. It's more excitement.
Right.
Your billboard. It's gonna be
awesome. Yeah. Oh, I would have.
What was that? I'm sorry, I cut out.
You won the auction, right?
Yep.
Yeah, your board. Yeah,
wait till you get it.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm gonna have it right up here behind me. So.
Yeah. Awesome.
Shit, yeah. Oh yeah. And we modified our squeegee, so we Franken squeegeed to try to get the contour. And so that printed we just printed some boards today. Yes, we go right to the edge. So it takes a little finesse and work, and we're really excited. We see some other guys that do some things that we're aspiring to. Yeah. So I'm trying to design some like a custom board just to promote us that is like at least 4 colors to show that we can. But the ink that we use is Boss, but pricey. It's hard to get the colors we're looking for.
It goes a long way.
Oh yeah, it's stretchy.
It goes a long way.
It's good shit, man. It's water-based, substrate.
We're not trying to make $1 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're not into it for that at all.
We make a couple bucks. We make our money back.
If it sustains itself, we're pretty much happy.
Good product, I think. So
it's going to turn into other things. I'm trying to make fine art posters because with some good art, you know, I mean, that can be cash. You know, that can be like a good return for your effort. But the boards are definitely more a labor of love in that we're not really keeping track. You know, but it definitely we
don't have a bookmaker or nothing like that.
Yeah, so. Hell no. And every board, you know, I mean, 10 boards at one time is like.
What's the most you guys ever gotten at once?
Well, we have an order coming up for.
You said 4, right?
15 already.
Oh,
and
wow.
we haven't even
Oh, is that 15 for them now?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
God.
we haven't even and I usually don't like to announce anything that I'm doing until we know that we can do it, in case we run into any problems along the way.
Right.
I don't want to have somebody place an order for 15 boards and then me not be able to do it and be like, hey, man,
Yeah,
I
right.
got to back out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm more comfortable waiting until I have the product. But I tell everybody that from the door. I let everybody know, hey, let's keep this under wraps until I know when I can do this.
Yeah, but this board's gonna be beautiful
But
because this is sweet
We feel
art.
now every board we do, man, we feel as though it's just getting better.
It's just getting better and better.
It's
like
easier.
The way the viscosity, the ink, knowing how to mix it.
Yeah.
Quicker on we're good on our burn times. We're better at because we have our own little registration technique to make sure that everything's down on the board in the same position. And it's really, expounding on what I had from before. And it was like kind of, and with Jamie's ingenuity, we need to build more screens for sure. And we're ordering more actual screens to stretch and finding different ways to make it happen. But, it's always been there. It's like, we'd always been doing all this shit. And it's kind of funny. It really just started there because of your passion. It was because of wanting to have a board for them to sign.
COVID, man. So I was like, hey.
Yeah, he literally made them out of cardboard and like,
One of the positives.
Mass Intruder he was on the front porch spray paint, trying to find different spray paint colors to get each Mass Intruder's color. And I think back and like, he was so excited how, like stenciling and it's really just grown from that, Because I don't even know if we would have, because I'd been talking about silk screening for years because I had a project that I was working on for paper, and then my hard drive, my graphics card melted inside my old Mac.
Oh no!
And left it there. Got another computer and didn't worry about it. And then I sort of set that project aside. But at the time, I bought tons of ink, and this is 17 years ago, and I still have it, and it's still good.
That's perfect.
So now we start doing posters designed to accompany. Yeah, because we have some bands that we really like. We're like, hey, man, we'll do your posters. So most of them are definitely like they have their art or their, So, but we can still. It's a lot easier to do our own custom stuff because printing on flat is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And the ink is not as expensive. And we just bought a humongous squeegee.
So she might be able to go up there and sell some prints and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, much excitement. And our daughter's a really great photographer. Weirding us out, man. She just grabs a camera and can take. I mean, I can't even tell you how amazing she is. And she does abstract stuff, like with just stuff around the yard. So I want to turn some of those into posters and do large format serigraphs because works on paper are, they're not as expensive. And I'm kind of more of I have a website we want to work on too for artwork under $100. You know what I mean? Sort of now after COVID, I think everybody's realizing how more to cherish things that people hand make. Yeah. Not necessarily Etsy Betsy, but the fact that it's more valuable that we interact with each other, outside of that usual like craft scene, and people appreciate, and these young, I think the younger the kids coming up now do appreciate like we did, like I would rather have a 1950s phonograph because it was made better, it had more detail work. And so I think that people kind of as a backlash to sort of like mass produce things really do still cherish handmade stuff.
Absolutely.
And it's neat, the boards that you can see the shine on it. It's right. And, it's such a difference in the difference between painted porcelain and those appliques that they put in, the stuff you buy at Walmart, so that intrinsic value and the fact that we don't really charge like astronomical. We're not like, it's made from special cross section. We don't do any kind of weird marketing in that way. And we reach the other people like us. Very working class.
They're hand printed. That's what we go for is,
blue collar and artisan is all tied together,
right.
Whether you're.
That's what people appreciate more is like vinyl, let's just say, like people appreciate that physical thing. It goes hand in hand with punk rock and in skateboarding too. I used to skateboard a little bit, but I wouldn't say I was good. But I'm excited.
I had a banana board. Yeah. My lord.
Everybody used to skateboard at one time, right. Whether or not it was for a month or it was for 15. Whatever you have that you don't get, continue. We're good.
Whoever's checking us out, we'd really like them to know, we're really interested in growing, and we're not looking to become like, I don't think we'd ever want to be in a mass production in the least. We're trying to just branch out and stay doing things that we enjoy.
Yeah.
That's the thing about makes it like, it's not really, I wouldn't call it a hobby. It's like more of a passion. And so we're doing that while we're doing our day jobs and other shit.
Right.
But it's because so every day now that Jamie has an injury right now, so we're now home, we got more time. Yeah, so we've been really interested in working on stuff. And so the excitement, the work drives itself because we're excited to do it. Yeah. And that's the beauty of it. It's not work. It's really just something and the only thing that we want to do is we're getting ready, hopefully, to move, and we're going to have a bigger shop and better facilities, is to branch out into doing all kinds of shit. Like I want to get into making custom clay tiles, and we're into like other stuff that we could, besides works on paper, what kind of stuff we can do on, I don't know, just branching out into whatever silk screening takes us, we'd be able to do larger stuff, plus graffiti, and like. But it's still, the scene's still exciting. We still have to work 40 hours. Right. Yeah. It's self-sustaining. Yeah. Or anything like that.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just, talking to people, but like I work second shift, so it's hard to, like, not many people that I try to interview work second, so it's like I have to find a good time and.
Are you will still second, like afternoon to night, like 3 to 11 type of situation, second shift?
It's they changed it now. It's like they changed their hours now. It's like 1:55 to 9:55, which is nice, but
cool.
Yeah.
Well, our parents are factory workers. I know first, second, third shift, and plus I used to work third shift jobs through art school because I always felt like, well, shit, I'm a night owl anyway. Until you're actually there at 4 a.m, going, oh my fucking god. Yeah.
For real.
No more. I'll take another job.
Yeah.
I don't know. Jamie. Yeah, we used to work in restaurants too, so we have a lot of shared history. Mm-hmm. From PA. It's like that's that kind of.
Yeah, that's where we.
We lived in Lancaster. For a long time. I went to art school in Lancaster.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, when did you start screen printing? Like, you went to school in Lancaster then?
I went to, actually, we used to print, it's weird, I'll try to keep it short. We used to make t-shirt. I went to art school in Lancaster, and then I moved to Philadelphia to finish my bachelor's degree. Mm. And then I found out that art school was $18,000 a year, and I really didn't feel like taking out that money. So I started doing bullshit stuff like going to different art schools. There's the Academy of Fine Art, I think, is the one that's like the old Ben Franklin, and they all have these busts. And so I went there and I started dicking around, and then I met somebody who did silk screening in Austin, Texas, and we were a couple, and he wanted to do gorilla t-shirts. So we started doing t-shirts, and the first t-shirt we did was Fuck STEPTA. So he was big on these fuck t-shirts. So we took like the STEPTA logo, put dollar signs in it, and would say on the front it said bike, skate, or walk, and on the back it said Fuck STEPTA. So we started selling those, and like it would be great to sell them to STEPTA drivers. Bus drivers would come out, we'd be flashing them on the corner. So then we started taking them to New York, and then the dude I was with, he knew some bands. So Fishbone wore one of our t-shirts on TV.
Oh, cool.
And we'd sell them, and I would run into like different people in New York. So we spent a lot of time traveling from Philly to New York and selling. So then that kind of fizzled out and things up. So we ended up moving back to Central Pennsylvania. So that relationship, that's my oldest son's dad. And then I started doing some t-shirts on the side. And then I sort of always kept that alive, the desire. And then I wanted to start working in paper. So I would do t-shirts on the side. And then slowly, and then we sort of just kind of stayed dormant. And then I worked more on artwork and advertising and graphic design. And then, of course, poof, Jamie starts. So I meet him, and he's into skateboarding. And then, is that too much? Is that too much information? You can cut some of that out. I don't want to get too. I tried to be good about it, but it was really a good time because there's footage on YouTube. It makes me really proud of the work we did, because when I did one of them was Michael Milken, and the crash of the Lincoln Savings alone had caused a big fuss. So a lot of these t-shirts were political, like fuck censorship. And I did a t-shirt that my design was kill racism before it kills you. And I still wish I could revitalize that. So even though we're doing board art now, I certainly would like to get branch out and just be able to produce more political art. I always have a dream of like, flash spray paint shit, because it's really hard to reach the masses. And I think that with the split in social media. So that's stuff that's always on my mind. So anyway, yeah, but we talk about all the time. So that's another areas that we're going to explore with, having the tools there, the DIY tools.
Yes.
Right. Once you have a shop and you got everything to make the shit you need, the sky's the limit, really.
Yeah.
Anything you damn want, we can make it on the computer, print it, out we go. And that's really nice. We don't have to have anybody else's censorship. We don't have to order that shit online, probably make our own posters, stickers, whatever. So when you can manage your own message, that's ultimately, I think, going to be helpful for everybody, moving forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, once
so I don't know, just real relatable,
yes,
excellent music, and just you get a good vibe, man. Love the Canadians.
Yeah.
We can't wait to go too. I'd love to go check it out, man. We had the time to travel. I've never been to Vancouver, BC.
For sure.
It'd be wonderful to see, because I've had friends that travel talk about it, so I know what to expect. Plus, hiking, biking, and just a whole different way of, and a lot of heroin. I know there's that going on in Vancouver. Last I did. Yeah, it's a bit of a problem. Yeah, Vancouver's definitely got its issues, but.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody in Vancouver.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know, fucking know. I'm not your. Yeah, thank God.
It's everywhere. It's down the.
I don't give a shit. I'll take it.
I
won't take the heroin. I'll just drive past that all year. But the amazing, just the I think it's what's really neat about this music is the energy that the people have that are involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
Is very much not big corporate label. These are folks who are. I cannot believe how relatable the chats were. Since they've been on tour, I didn't even know they just fucking played Coachella. You would have never known. Maybe it came around the corner. I was like, hey, Matt, we made some boards for you. Just, I don't know. They're not, pretentious.
Yeah.
So it's a good scene. There's not that kind of, we're not doing shit with Beyonce.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Right. So it's very fulfilling. I mean,
Yeah, everybody that we talk to is really down to earth. They always tell us, we put our pants on one day at a time, or one leg at a time, just like everybody else. But I'm also but you also made one of the coolest albums of the year.
We listen to you all the time.
So it's hard not to fanboy out sometimes when I get to talking to these guys. But I learned quick that just talk to them relatably, and everybody's down to earth, man. It's really cool.
Yeah,
really amazing people.
Yeah, those school damage boards you guys did are awesome. And that album is amazing, too. What did it say?
Yeah, it was sick. Yeah. And it was cool that we got to do it. And it was we waited a long time for the release of that. So it was cool that we had everything ready to do, an actual release with an album type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Not like it was coordinated with Mom's Basement hand in hand, but we got to talk to John, and he sent us stickers to put on the boards and everything. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool. That's why I'm glad I do this kind of stuff, because I would never. I maybe eventually, because I dive in a rabbit hole as well, looking for bands and stuff. But this hearing that album, and then I realized, this took a while to come out, and I'm like, so it made me want to listen to it even more. And then it blew me away. I thought that's
anyway. All I'm saying is, for me personally, I feel that it's been a real renaissance, I think, for people to reprioritize what really matters to them, and I feel that we're coming out of it feeling much more optimistic about grassroots people, whether it be, for the boards, artwork, or politics, people reaching out to one another independent, and that's the thing that drives, I think, us, is that, it's so rewarding, you know what I mean? I mean, just to have these guys go, man, we love it, and they're go out there and burning it, and God, okay, setting the timer and then running back out and rinsing our screens out in the dark at night, when is it gonna work? I hope it comes out, because there's a lot of magic involved. I love printmaking for that, because I do etching and woodcut, and there's you have to be somebody that likes the process. It's what your end result has to be, and then to have all the tools to make it happen, but there's so many steps along the way that it keeps you going, because it is really like magic. Honestly, and to take something that they sent us on the computer and manifest it.
Yeah, it's rewarding.
Oh, hell yeah. I was like, damn, look at that. We made a thing.
Yeah, right? That's us.
Making stuff, and not junking up the world, right? We're not we're not making plastic.
Right.
Somebody can burn it.
And they can burn it, when the revolution comes. Just heat your house for half an hour.
Yeah, right.
Yell on that bitch. Could save you.
I'm going to ask one more thing or two, and I just want to ask, after I'm done recording, can I ask you some things for the video then, if that's cool?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it's been I'm really excited just to see like I'm really excited to see like what you guys are doing now. I'm really excited. I'm definitely gonna be buying some boards off you guys, and that'd be cool to have like a whole fill that whole area right there with boards. That'd be cool. T-shirts and everything. I'm really excited.
Yeah, we don't like to like those chat sports. Like I said, we did those as a gift, and I just wanted one. You know what I mean? So it's like anything that we make, we usually like it's 100%. We talk to the band about it and everything, so it's not like we're doing some bootleg shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where you're getting some product and somebody's going to be contacting you and be like, "Hey, I need that back."
Right.
Yeah. We're not selling them on the streets and your $5 seat DVDs. $5 T-shirts, nothing like
and that's pretty cool. At least I feel.
Yeah, we haven't had any issues with that. We just make it for the bands, and then they're the ones that sell them. I mean, we're not like, we're just,
Yeah, not trying to make $1 million, man.
No,
it's not like that, at all. And generally, it really is driven by the bands that really excite Jamie the most, as far as, and he seems to have a good radar for like, and these cats are generally like whatever music he likes, he runs into them, and they're like into boards, and they're into skating, and I don't know, and I'm not saying it's not every punk band's into skating. I mean, fuck, but he seems to find like the passionate ones, it's the type of style of music.
But it goes hand in hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but this has really been a blossom too for the music. I mean, I think that the chats are real raw, and the Zonoids are, HP Lovecraft heady, and then between the Jasons and Teenage Bottle Rockets and Mast Intruder. I don't know what Mast Intruder's up to recently, but all of that music is like, man, every one of like, I mean, I can remember the first Teenage Bottle Rocket song we heard were like Bigger Than Kiss, and we're like, wow, like every lyric. It's just the great lyrics and the great songwriting. And just when you thought, man, nothing new can be done, like, look, bam, 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 everywhere you turn, it's like, and sure, you can, how much can you do with the 3-chord progression? But look at what you got, and we do like the shtick bands, like Teen Wolf?
We do generate shtick bands as we've seen.
Oh yeah, because they're so adorable. And our latest passions, the Coruscants, absolutely love them.
Okay,
awesome.
I never heard of them.
We printed the Coruscants.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's the Riverdale songs done with Star Wars lyrics, like a Weird Al version of that, but they stay absolutely true to the music, and it's so fucking good. And then you listen to the Riverdales, and you're like, man, this is excellent. But then you start singing the Coruscants.
They do every single Riverdale's album.
Every single one, but they take But
they change the lyrics to Star Wars.
I have to check that out immediately. How did I not know about that?
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for that. Thank you.
Oh my God, it's so good.
They don't have an Instagram page, I don't think, but you can check them out on Bandcamp.
Okay, I'll check that out.
And they actually just released 2 new ones for May the 4th and the 5th.
Oh, sick. So. That's even better.
And the Huntingtons, I love printing to them too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that album.
Yeah, we listen to all that stuff while we print.
We made a board for them for the Chameleon show.
That was a one-off. Yeah, I made a one-off board for the Huntingtons.
Yeah, we went to see the Jasons and the Huntingtons, but he made a board for the Huntingtons. And the funny thing was, he had known more of their music than I had. So after that, I was like, fuck, man, I'd have talked to them more. I was like, shit. And he played the album for me, and I'm like, man. We just saw them because I was yapping with some friends. We have friends in Lancaster, and I was like, and it was also my son's 30th birthday.
I know you find that hard to believe.
I'm talking.
No, you're excited.
It's a job. You can get paid for that shit, right, Derek?
Yeah. What's that?
Get paid for talking. Yeah.
Oh, me? No.
So what kind of mic you got?
It's a Samsung. Like that. It's like SUN or something. I can't. SON.
It's nice. The dynamic microphone. It's like an electronic one. It's real nice. There's no pee popping and S hissing. So
nope.
It's real.
Yeah, no, my fiance got that for me as a gift. And with the camera too. Yeah. She was kind of helping me put this stuff together, and then I just bought this little thing the other day.
Nice.
So.
Yay, fiance!
Now you'll be able to work on your editing skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, because you gotta damn it, Jamie.
No.
Shut up.
I'm giving her a hard time.
Yeah.
No, it's honestly though.
We just got married. We did. We just got married on 4/20.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Congrats.
17 years, and then we just got married.
Just went to the courthouse.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, and then you have to get a special person to marry, but we're gonna have a wedding.
Yeah.
So the kids are all excited, and the kids are all gonna be part of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, after all this time, I'm still beaming, and that's why he's giving me so much shit.
Yeah, you guys are, congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
Get too gooey. Yeah, thank you. It's really awesome. Yeah, we've been saying the fiance thing for 17 years. It got a little weird.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like, here's my fiance. We are going to get married. We just don't know when. Anyway, so back to that. So anything else you want to ask? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's been a real pleasure. I haven't done an interview in like maybe 2 weeks or so. And like just to do this again, like you guys are awesome. I thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks. And you guys are going to just cut out the part with the thing that I screwed up with the release. And that's the only thing. I just want to make sure. Yeah, just in case you forgot.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Babble about that. But I'm really excited about the artwork that I did for the album that was never made. Can I say what that is? No?
Not yet.
Okay. Anyway, Photoshop is your friend.
Yeah.
And I love, it's nice because I was working for a newspaper here from home. And we actually had money for the computer. And I bought it and hadn't set it up, and it wasn't until COVID. And then I was like, oh shit, I got to work from home. Mm-hmm. And God, it's so great, man, to be able to just like shoot my shit FTP right to a newspaper. You know what I mean? I was doing a whole publication, a tabloid. And anyway, how that meshed with Jamie's desire to silkscreen. I just want to add that in there. Like it was once again a kismet. It was real.
COVID worked good for us.
Yeah, it really, exactly. Like that started that, and then. When I opened it up, the hard drive had failed, so they sent me a new one. And then it's been working like a champ. Like everything we've done to add to our business is because of COVID and lockdown. Really, truly. And was definitely a boon. I mean, shit, you might be broke, but you got time on your hands.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. But Jamie was working anyway, but it was still like I was at home, and so my job went from 40 hours a week down to 20, because I didn't have to, do any office bullshit. So so we had extra, but it was really the coming together of equipment and time has been the biggest blessing, I think, more than anything.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. No more.
I'm so happy that like it all came together for you guys too. Like that's something positive that came out of all this. Like that.
Oh hell yeah! It's been a great ride.
Yeah, definitely. It was cool. It was fun, and it seems like I said. It seems like every time we have something released, somebody contacts me. So like I said, we got 4 in the hole. Be on the lookout. I've been waiting to contact some people that I want to because I don't want to get too far ahead of myself.
Right.
But it's this side thing.
It's
so
pretty cool. It's just a side thing. So It's not like I want to I can't affect any work that I have or anything like that. Right. But it's fun to do, man, and we love to do it. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, it isn't work. It's absolutely a joy. Yeah, it really. I mean, it's like every time. It's not like we have to bridge. It's like ooh, It's really And now I did the color separations for the new board coming up, and their artwork is really beautiful. And there was a challenge to trying to get because it goes from being a painted, even though it was just black and red. There's grays in it, so being able to use those skills to take somebody's artwork and translate it to a board and know that we don't have to have anybody's help for any of that. We can do it all in house.
Yeah, that's the best part.
We do it all ourselves, and it's really, it's not a chore. It's like, ooh, it's fun. I mean, trying to work with the tools that you have and make something beautiful. And these next ones are going to be beautiful. Can I say who they're for or no? We wait. All right, well,
we'll wait.
We'll show you. Yeah, we'll send you pictures.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Yeah, down below on the YouTube, I'm going to post your Instagram and the website too for you guys.
Cool. Yeah.
So people can check it out there. And thank you guys so much for coming on. It was awesome to talk with you guys, honestly. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
No, it's great, man. Enjoy PA for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Enjoy Boston.
We'll
Thank
talk.
you so much, Derek.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll talk to you. All right, Derek.
Yep.
Then your heart stops beating. Death is all we see when you're next to me. Everything's at stake. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Camp Crystal Lake.